Hey, welcome back once again to another edition of Strictly Baseball right here on RadioTroy Digital Sports. We are down to the last 2 weeks of the regular season. Quakers have another busy week this week, and then by the time we talk next week, I think we'll be down to the Hanover series for an important 3-game set Thursday and Friday of next week. But we have a lot to talk about here tonight. Quakers are currently set in second place, right behind Rose-Hulman for the top spot in the conference, and the Quakers coming off that 3-game sweep. They go, 8-3 in conference play in the 11 games they played in the conference road trip that you had that seemed like it's been, about 2.5 weeks? So
it's 20 days today.
20 days.
We played here April 4th against Bluffton, so it's been 20 days, and then we'll be out here tomorrow with a home game. So it's been some time, but we were resilient on the road, played well. It's always tough to play in this conference, let alone play on the road. And it didn't start off great. Lost that Manchester series, but then went on a roll right after that, winning the midweeks against Mount St. Joe, winning the Defiance series, winning the sweeping the Anderson series. So we put ourselves in a nice place here to finish up our last 8 conference games at home. Yeah,
that's going to be great. By the way, Howie Smith was named the HCAC player, or I should say pitcher of the week. And he is now your all-time winningest pitcher in history.
Mm-hmm.
That's big.
Each week it's interesting. In each game, you get almost a different either single-season record or career record broken. And Howie did that this past Friday when he, beat Anderson to get his 20th win. Laird just broke the career walks record. Elkis already broke his own record in RBIs in a season. And he's got the career record. So it's a lot of stuff going on. Lynch has got stolen bases. It's each game. What are we going to break now? So it's kind of fun to be a part of that.
By the way, Howie will be joining us. So we'll also have CODY KRUMLAUF, the 2 captains of the team, joining us here in a couple of moments. All right, Coach, let's just get down to it here. You're in second place. You're a game back. Rose-Hulman's playing well right now. As you mentioned to me before we started today's show, they haven't lost a series, so for whatever reason, they've kind of rebounded and played well. You're now starting to play really well where you want to be. Now my next question is, are you at the point where you feel confident that this team is good enough to win the regular season and be the number 1 seed in the tournament?
I don't think there's a point where I didn't feel that way at any point in the season. So I feel the same way we did when we first, laced it up this spring, and where we're at right now. I still believe that we're the team to beat in the conference. We've played some good baseball, we've played some bad baseball, we've played some inconsistent baseball, but we're starting to find ourselves right now. And going into a weekend, it's so hard to win a series, let alone sweep somebody on the road as well. And our kids were resilient. We had better energy this weekend in Game 3 than we had the weekend prior at Defiance, and I think that's one of the reason why we didn't get the sweep at Defiance. But our guys are learning each week, learning each game, and how we can do some things to get ourselves in better position. We're getting ourselves healthy as well, which is important. You want to get healthy towards the end of the year. We got Walter back for 2 innings this weekend, had him back for an inning the weekend prior, so he's getting himself right there with us. So it's it's going to be exciting this last stretch here. We tell our guys all that matters is what we do and how we play at the end. And we have those 8 conference games that are left. I don't want to worry about what other people are doing scoreboard-wise and all that. If we handle our business, most likely we'll be there at the end where we want to be.
So you mentioned 8 games left in the conference. I don't really care too much about the game that you have against Wittenberg on Wednesday, but it all starts against Bluffton. We'll talk about that coming up after we talk to the 2 players and get their thoughts. Are you playing, though, about as well as you can right now, or do you see more in this baseball team?
Oh, you can always say that you can see more on that part of it. We're doing the right things on the mound. We're leading the conference in least amount of walks per 9 innings in conference and overall in the season. That's where I want to be as a pitching staff. We're still running the bases a lot. We're stealing a lot of bases. Extra base hit wise, we're getting those. There's a lot of different things we can do to win a ball game. Our defense is getting a little more solid as well too, as guys are getting kind of a little more comfortable in positions as we move guys around through the year. But that's what a season does. You're starting the opening day lineup is usually never what it is at the end of the year, and that's the case for where we're at right now with who's playing and where they're playing.
We'll come back and talk with Howie Smith coming up next. This is Strictly Baseball right here on RadioTroy Digital Sports. We're back once again on Strictly Baseball right here on RadioTroy Digital Sports. Howie Smith was named the HCAC Pitcher of the Week. and deservedly so. He is now the all-time winningest pitcher in Earlham baseball history. And, well, first off, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Go back a little bit, though, and think about that when you first came here. And, you know, I'm sure it probably crossed your mind at some point, maybe when you were getting close. But when you go back to your freshman year, do you really even think much about things like that?
Not from freshman year, but going and looking back, it's a cultivation of a lot of things that's brought me there, definitely. And looking at stats, that's a team thing. Or wins. Wins is a team stat, I mean. So, like, there's been times I've been on the mound where I had to pick our offense up, where they haven't had too many hits. But there's been so many times also on the flip side of that where they put 8 to 10 runs up in the first couple innings, and even if I do give up a couple bombs or whatever, I still got a nice cushion. So it's nice to always have that. It's nice to have good teammates, and I think that's the biggest thing about this. I have great teammates. With CODY behind the plate, he changes the game, and I've never been closer with a catcher in my life, and I think that plays a very important role in the pitcher-catcher combo. So, yeah, definitely a lot of credit to my teammates on that one.
Yeah, a lot of teammates, too. You look over the 4 years.
Exactly.
You had a lot of great players come through.
There's been a lot of guys that's influenced me in the past. Ryan McRae, Ted Williams, looking back, Matt Brankel. I could go on and on and on. I mean, even guys still, like Walt. Like, I look up to Walt, even though he might be an underclassman. But I love watching him go out there and pitch just because you can still learn from it. And that's something I've been trying to do my entire 4 years here. I knew I had the physical skills, but just trying to sharpen my mental skills, my baseball IQ, stuff like that. I think that's what's helped me get to that point.
All right, you're right in the thick of things, as we have said weeks after weeks about this, and currently in second place. Kind of go through the scenario right now, what's going through your mind, what's going through the team's mind right now as you get closer and closer to the end of this year?
Well, the only thing on my mind right now is Bluffton tomorrow. They're definitely going to come out there and give us some competition, but where we're standing at right now, if we just take care of our business, take it one game at a time, I think we're going to be where we want to be at the end. I think we're going to be bringing it here at the end. We got that opportunity. But it's just really taking it one game at a time, not getting too far ahead of yourself, not dwelling in the past, but just living in that present moment.
Isn't it hard to do that, though, knowing you have 8 home games remaining that are all conference games, and it's really in your control now?
Oh, definitely. It's hard to do that. But it's something that we talk about every day. We talk about it at practice every day, just winning the day, just getting 1% better every day. And if we can do that, then ultimately it's going to end up the goal that we want at the end.
Yeah. How many times do you pitch in this 8 games, do you think?
Anytime that I'm needed. Okay. But that's the mindset I always try to have. Just whatever I can do to help my team win. That's the ultimate goal. I mean, I'm sure I'll get at least 2 starts out of it, but if I'm needed in the bullpen or if I'm needed for another start, I'm always available in that way.
Well, that's why I asked that, because I know you've come out of the bullpen, and some pitchers aren't comfortable with doing both, but you seem to have a comfort level. You don't care where you're coming out of, right?
No, it's something I got acclimated to my freshman year. That was the first time in my life I'd really had to take on a bullpen role, but I think it helped me a lot. And having older guys my freshman year to really teach me through that and just give me tips, that definitely helped along the way.
All right. Hey, listen, good luck the rest of this way. I'm sure we'll see each other, okay?
I appreciate it.
All-time winningest pitcher in Earlham baseball history, Howie Smith. We'll come back and talk with CODY KRUMLAUF coming up in a moment. This is Strictly Baseball on RadioTroy Digital Sports.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
Hey, we're back once again on Strictly Baseball on RadioTroy Digital Sports. CODY KRUMLAUF, kind enough to be with us this week. And tell you what, one of the captains on this baseball team that has seen just about everything, I think, in the 4 years. And we were talking before we started today that here we go. I mean, I get excited about this time of year knowing that you guys are down the stretch, backstretch of this season, 8 conference games remaining. I mean, just kind of give me your thoughts before we go back to last week. And Coach said you've been gone for 20 days from here. I haven't seen you in so long. What's kind of going through your mind as you get ready for this final stretch?
I mean, it's kind of crazy how quickly the season goes by. I mean, I knew, just coming into my senior year, like, wow, it's already my senior year, and it's going to go by like that. So, I mean, I got to make the most of it. And, it doesn't seem like there's only 9 games left, but there is. It's kind of crazy. Just got to embrace it. I mean, it's the last 9 games we're guaranteed for the rest of our lives as being a senior and the rest of us seniors. So, I mean, it's something special, and it's hasn't really set in yet. That reality will set in soon, but 9 games, we got 9 more games to prove what we got, so I'm pretty excited.
Is there a different feeling? Just go back to last year during the playoff chase. Give me an idea, because I know in tournament play it's different. I always get a different feeling in tournament play, but what's it like going down the stretch knowing that you're now neck and neck?
Right. Really nothing's changed for me, because I've expected to be in this position my entire time of being here. As a junior, we were in the same position, basically down, trying to get that #1 seed going in, so it was like, we just got to play our brand of baseball. If we do that, we're going to be okay. Right now, we're neck and neck with Rose-Hulman, a team that we know that we're better than, and we took 2 of 3 from earlier in the year. We know if we just do our thing, handle our business, we're going to be right there where we want to be at the end. So, just we're confident. Being confident is mainly how we're feeling right now.
Sure. I asked Zach a little bit about the aspect of, are you playing as well as you possibly can right now? From a player standpoint, where are you guys? Are you playing as well as you can be, or is there still more?
No, we haven't yet this year. We haven't played a game where we've had everything click. You see like game 1 Friday night, we have 1 hit going in the 9th inning, and we still managed to scratch across like 4 or 5 runs but we had Howie put the team on his back.
Yeah.
And that's big from a senior. We need that from someone like Howie, and Howie's done that 2 consecutive weeks now in a row, and it's been huge for us. And it's kind of nice, like knowing we can win a game when we have 1 hit going to the 9th inning, and like Nate Lynch literally carrying 2 of our 3 hits of the entire game. It's like, what's going on? So like once we have everything clicking, there's going to be none of the teams in this conference will be able to even hang with us. So we haven't had that game yet, but we've seen a glimpse of it here and there. Like, we have a good game defensively. Pitchers do a great job. When we put it all together, it's going to be nice, and we're going to do that here soon.
Bluffton Tuesday, and I was looking at the standings, and they're 6-13 going into that matchup. And then you think about Transylvania, they're 8-11, still have a chance, but they're fighting for their playoff life. And then you think about next week with Hanover, they're down there as well. So you're playing 3 teams in those remaining 8 conference games that are either fighting or they're going to try to play spoiler. Is that more dangerous than playing a team that is in the race, or do you really even look at it that much?
Yesterday, Nate and I, we were watching a little bit of the Rose-Hulman game, and we were talking about it or whatever. And it's dangerous, because we know when we go in to play a team, no matter who we're playing, they're going to give us their best game, because they know who we are and what we have. So, playing teams lower on that, for the younger kids on our team, it's going to be harder for them to not overlook these teams, because they are lower in the standings, and we know that we're a better team than them. But we just got to get the whole group on the same page, knowing that this team, doesn't matter where they're at, they're going to play their best baseball. If we don't play our best baseball, or we don't play against the game the right way, we can take a loss at any point. So we just got to be confident, know that we're play our game, basically. If we just play our game, we'll be all right.
Yeah, they love nothing more than to knock you down a notch or 2, wouldn't they? Yeah.
Exactly. And I remember as freshmen, we beat Rose-Hulman. We swept Rose-Hulman at the end of the year, something crazy like that. And we bumped them out, or we did something like that. So that's what all those teams are trying to do. They're trying to stir something up there in the top 4 and make something happen. So
I got to ask you a little bit about, just from Howie being the all-time winningest pitcher here, and he has great praise for you as his catcher for the majority of that time. Just talk a little bit about his performance.
Yeah, Howie's one of my best friends. We clicked right away when he first transferred here as a freshman. Recently what we've got from Howie has been huge. He's been putting the team on his back, like I said, where we haven't been hitting the ball or playing the best defense we can behind him, and he's just been doing it. He's been able to do it all by himself. He's been commanding the zone. He's been throwing every single one of his pitches for a strike. Honestly, at the beginning of the year, Howie and I, we weren't on the same page as much. Well, we were on the same page. We just weren't getting the pitch that we wanted at the right time. Right. But now we're settling in, and things are starting to fall into place, and it's just it's fun. Yeah. It's really fun, and it's really special to be able to do something like that with Howie, because I know what it means to him and what it means to his family, and what it means to me. It's really special, and to be a part of something like that. Right now, we're young, we don't really understand it, but I know that later in life, that's going to be something really special that we're going to hold. We're going to remember that forever.
Just think if you get to my age and I'm still here and you come back and visit me, we can go back, 30 years or so, huh? Yeah.
Absolutely.
We got a lot of baseball to be played, though.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Thank
good luck
you.
the rest of the way.
Appreciate it.
CODY KRUMLAUF joining us. We'll come back and we will wrap things up in just a moment. This is Strictly Baseball at RadioTroy Digital Sports.
I am your physician.
I am your caregiver.
I am your spiritual support.
I am here to help you be independent
and achieve your optimal health.
But I am also a cancer survivor.
I am living with diabetes.
I am a chef.
And an artist.
I am your neighbor.
I am the face of Reed Health.
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 Reed Health, right beside you.
We're back one final time on Strictly Baseball right here on RadioTroy Digital Sports. We'll be back here tomorrow here at the Randall R. Sadler Stadium. Well, I'll be in here. Of course, those guys will be out there. They play Bluffton on Tuesday. Then you go to Wittenberg. I don't care too much about that game. But then you get Transy Friday and Saturday. Let's start with tomorrow. You heard Howie say it earlier. They're going to come in ready to play, and I don't know that they have as much of a chance when it comes to, if you look up and down the standings, they're down at the bottom, but they can be spoilers as well. Talk about what you expect on Tuesday.
Howie said it right. They're going to be excited to come in here and play. They're going to try to salvage a game in the series. We're trying to sweep them. They went and they took 2 or 3 from Franklin this past weekend. A team that's in the postseason, or at least trying to get in the postseason. They spoiled them on that part of it and won 2 games there. They're a team that I think is 6-13 overall in the conference, and they've scored maybe 83 runs and given up 85.
Wow.
So they just haven't had the ball go their way. But they're a good team. They're just like everybody else in this conference. They're trying to win as many games as they can. They still have an outside chance at it, and we expect them to come in here ready to go. And our guys are not thinking about anything else but that game tomorrow. We have to handle this game. We haven't been here in a while, so we should hopefully be excited about playing at home. Coming into this weekend where you have senior week or senior weekend we have coming up here. So it's one of the fewer last times that our seniors are going to have in a regular season game here. So we want to play willing and ready to go out there and set the week straight with Bluffton.
I know your focus is on Tuesday, but non-conference game at Wittenberg, and of course you always get a chance to play some other guys, and that's a great opportunity. I think that's fun for that. But then Transy again coming up Friday and Saturday. You and I will talk later this week, but we won't have our show till next week, so that's another big 3-game series this weekend.
Yeah, it is. The Wittenberg game, non-conference wise, we will play a couple different guys and some different things, but we're going to still try to go out there and set ourselves for the week and try to win that one. And then Transy on the weekend coming here. It's going to be a tough weekend. They're still right in the hunt of things as well, too, right in the middle. I think they're in the 6th or so spot in the conference. With them, we've never really played well against them, especially at their place. Usually don't play very well. But with them coming to our place here, we're excited about playing them. Saturday being senior day, celebrate those seniors that we've had in this program, the things that they've done. Leaving here, no matter what happens, the winningest program or winningest senior class in school history, something they should be proud of. I know senior day is going to take a while because you got to talk about all the accolades and all the different things these kids have done. But the biggest thing is I'm excited they're graduating, and they're going to get a degree from one of the best institutions in the country. It's not an easy place, and to be able to get a degree from a place like Earlham and put in the work that they have to do on the baseball field in the classroom, they should be obviously celebrated. We're going to make sure we do that on Saturday for them, and hopefully win the week as well too. Not only what we have to do in practice today, which is win the day, set our week up straight for what we do, but get it all set up there and end the week well with the Transylvania series.
All right, it's going to be a fun week. Of course, we'll be on the air on Tuesday. I think it's game time around 4, right? 4:15, 4:15. So we'll be on there around 4 o'clock coming up on Tuesday. They'll travel to Wittenberg on Wednesday. Then we'll be back coming up on Friday and Saturday, all 3 games right here on RadioTroy Digital Sports. Coach, good to see you again.
You as well.
Congratulations, as always, on the big sweep over in Anderson, which you said not an easy thing to do. And we'll see you again next time right here on Strictly Baseball, RadioTroy Digital Sports.